All right, let's do task number four, HTTP status code. So HTTP status code in the previous task, you learned that when a HTTP server responds, this first line always contains a status code informing the client of the outcome of their request and also potentially how to handle it. These status codes can be broken down into five different ranges. So every time you request uh, a web page on a web server, sometimes it returns back different type of response. So these are the responses that you might get. For example, 100 to 199 information response. These are sent to tell the client the first part of their request has been accepted and they should continue sending the rest of the requests. These codes are no longer very common. Then you have 200 to 229 success. This range of status code is used to tell the client their request was successful. 300 to 399 redirection. These are used to redirect the client request to another resource. This can be either to a different web page or a different website altogether. 400 to 499 client error, used to inform the client that there was an error with their response. 500 to 599 server errors. This is reserved for errors happening on the server side and usually indicate quite a major problem with the server handling the request. Common HTTP status codes. There are a lot of different HTTP status codes, and that's not including the fact that the application can even define their own. We'll go over the most common HTTP requests response you're likely to come across. So 200 is okay. The request was completed successfully. 201 created. A resource has been created, for example, a new user or a new blog post. So this will be the response for that, 201. 301 move permanently. So this redirects the client browser to a new web page or tell search engine that the page has moved somewhere else and took there instead. 302 found similar to the above permanent direct, but as the name suggests, this is only temporary change and it may change again in the near future. 400 bad requests. This tells the browser that something was either wrong or missing in the request. This could sometimes be used if the web server's resource that is being requested expected a certain parameter that the client didn't send. 401 not authorized. You are not currently allowed to view the server resource until you have authorized with the web application and oops, sorry about that. Web application and most commonly with the username and password. 403 forbidden. You do not have any permission to view this resource whether you are logged in or not. So that's 403. 405 method not allowed. The resource does not allow this method request. For example, you send a get request to the resource create account when it was expecting a post request instead. 404 page not found. The page resource you requested does not exist. 500 internal error, service error. The server has encountered some kind of error with your request that it's doing, it does not know how to handle properly. 503. Server is unavailable. This server cannot handle your request as it's either overloaded or down for maintenance. Click the View Site button on the right to see what some of these HTTP status messages look like in a browser. So we're gonna click right over here and check this out. This one is 4503. Service unavailable. The service temporarily unavailable. The service request due to the maintenance downtime or capacity problem. Please try later. So it's Apache server version 2.054 server. And then you have 404 not found. So the request URL missing is not found on the server. The same thing, you have your Apache server and then error forbidden 4 or 3. So let's answer these questions. What response code might be received if you created a new user or blog post? That is what you call 201. So 201 right over there. Let's check that out. What response code might you receive if you try to access a page that does not exist? Similar above, manage it, only temporary change, they may does not exist. Uh, so that's gonna be 404, right? Because it does not exist. What response code might you receive if the web server cannot access its database and the application crashes? So that's 500. Let's check that out. Nope, it's not 500. Uh, not found. Internal error. Service unavailable. It crashes. So yes, 503. What response code might you receive if you try to edit your profile without logging in first? So that will be, I just saw that here, 401, 401. And let's check that out. And that's it. Next room, once again, thank you.